Okay, so here we are on the Realtour homepage. So if you're a real estate agent and you've got your account and you log in, this is what the homepage looks like. And I'll do a really quick walkthrough in case some of you are seeing this for the first time. So up here at the top are all of our drop-down menus for all of the stuff we have. Over here on the left, under marketing products, you can, when I mouse over, it drops down. These are all the products that we offer, and there's quite a few. And like I said, I'm not going to go through all of them in depth today because I'd have you guys on here for hours, and it would take a little too long. So this is where you can click on and make any of the marketing products that we have. Next to this, we have My Account. This is where you would manage all of your account information. So if I click on My Account Info and Bio, I go to a page that has all of my contact information, my name and my title, my login email, my password, my office address, anything that I want, contact information if people need to reach me, my website, if my assistant has an email, I can put that in here. The reason I'm showing you this right now, and this will come into play, you'll see it later when we start to make some of our products, we try to auto-populate a lot of the marketing material with content that you've already got in your account. So for example, if you take the time to fill in your contact info and bio, then later when you go to make a flyer, a lot of this information will auto-populate into your flyer and you don't have to type it in again. So I always tell people, just take 5 minutes and fill it in. It's really worth your while. You can also click on the headshot tab and you can upload some headshots. And these are just some random headshots and things that I've uploaded. This is a test account for me. I'm not a real estate agent, so all the content we go through today is just, fake content that I'm using so you guys can see. Same with logos. I've uploaded just a handful of logos. Okay, so you can upload your logos in here, your headshots, and manage all your contact info under My Account. Next up is the shopping cart. If you ever want to see what's in your shopping cart, you would just click on Go to Shopping Cart. Mine's empty right now, but I'll show you the shopping cart history. If you ever want to look back and see what you've purchased over the past month, you can just go into your shopping cart history and you can scroll down and see everything that you've ever purchased. So if you sent out an e-flyer blast a month ago and you want to go in and see, gosh, how many people did I send that blast to? How much money did I spend last month on e-flyer blast? You can check everything in your shopping cart and your shopping cart history. Prices, click on any of these pages and they will show the prices for all of our products. And then contact. We have an online help and support chat line, so if you're in the middle of making an e-flyer or a virtual tour or something and you need help, you can always click and you can chat with an online support person and get the help that you need. Okay, so that's just a really quick run through of of the home page. So now we're going to go into the marketing products. So typically the biggest products, the most popular products that we sell are photo shoots, and then virtual tours, and then e-flyers. These are the top three. Most of our agents will book photo shoots through us. We have a whole fleet of professional photographers that are affiliated with us, and we can't stress enough to our agents. I mean, spend the money to get a professional photo shoot because it will make all the difference in the end. When people are searching for properties, I mean, the biggest communication that they're getting, the biggest wow factor, the first impression, are the photos of the house. And if you have lousy, awful pictures that you've just taken on your iPhone or your camera, you're not going to make a good impression. So it's really, really worth it to book a photo shoot. And I'm going to show you quickly how to order a photo shoot so you can see just how easy it is. So let's say I've got my listing, I want to order a photo shoot. I come into my Realtour account, under marketing products, I just click on photo shoots. The next page is going to show me all of my listings that I've already got set up. Now I'm going to go through this just really quickly because you'll see that as we go through each product, you're going to see that a lot of the pages are repeated. This is just to make it easier for everybody. So whatever product you are ordering, the first page you're going to come to shows all of your listings. And we always organize the listings into two groups. On the left, these are your listings that already have professional photography. So maybe you did a photo shoot and you've decided, I really want to do an extra 5 pictures. Your listing's already set up. You can hit select and order an additional set of photographs. If you've set up your listing already, but you don't have photography, maybe you came in a week ago and you wanted to do an e-flyer, so you created the listing and you did the e-flyer and then you realized that, ooh, my pictures look terrible. I think I'm going to go ahead and order photography anyway. Your listing is already set up, so it's here in the middle. You can hit select and order photography. If you have just gotten the listing, it's brand new, you haven't set up anything in your account yet, so it's not going to show up on this page, you're going to click on Create Listing. So this is what we're going to do so you guys can see. Okay, when you first create a listing, you come to what we call the Property Details page, and it's completely empty. All you have to do to get started is to fill in the 4 required fields that are outlined in green. If you want and you've got time, you can take the time to fill in all the fields, type in your listing description. You can do all this stuff now, but you don't have to. If you're in a rush and you just want to get that photo shoot booked, you can always come back in here later and add in all the rest. You can always come back in later and edit information that you already have. And I will show you how to do that when we're making our virtual tour and we're making our e-flyer. But for now, let's just say I just got this listing. I really want to book that photo shoot. So all I need to do is type in my address, and I'm just going to do a fake address. Let's just call it Thursday Street. Okay, and let's just say that we're in Austin and we're in Texas, and that's our zip code. So once I've done that, a little continue button comes up because I've just done the required fields. That's all I have to do for now. I hit continue. I should say there's always a little delay when we're on webinar. My internet always runs a little bit slower. The very next page is going to show me the available photographers that service this zip code. This was the zip code for my listing. I've got 4 photographers that cover that zip code. So when I'm on this page, I can look at the photographers, I can look at their portfolios, I can look at their pricing. These are the days they're available, and I can compare them all, see what I want to do. Let's just say for now that David, I like his portfolio, I like his prices, I want to do this photo shoot on Monday, and he's available. It says open. So I'm going to click on the day I want. Next up, these are all of David's packages and the prices that he charges. I can scroll through them all. Okay, looks good. I want to get a deluxe package. All I do is tick beside it. Now I've chosen my package. I scroll down and I hit continue. Next up, I give David some instructions on how to access the property. So either there's a lockbox with a code, or he's going to meet me at the property, and here's my phone number. As you can see, the phone number is already there because I took the time to fill in my phone number under my account. Okay? Maybe the owner's going to be home. I type in the owner's name, the owner's phone number, anything David needs, any special instructions that I want to give David because he's going to go out and do the photo shoot, I fill it all in here. When I'm done, I hit add to shopping cart. Here I am in my shopping cart. Here's my order. So this is just my invoice. Here's what I've ordered, deluxe package stills for $115. This is the date. You'll notice here it says Platinum Virtual Tour, and the cost is nothing. This is because for every professional photo shoot that our clients order, we throw in a free Platinum Virtual Tour, and the Platinum is our highest level of Virtual Tour. It's worth $30. So that's another incentive to go ahead and order a professional photo shoot, because not only will you get beautiful, amazing photos, you get a free Platinum Virtual Tour, which is great. And also, as part of this, which just makes everybody's life so much easier, once David has taken your pictures, David processes them, and once they're ready, he uploads them into your account and he creates the tour for you. And once that's done, you get a little email from us that's just sent out automatically that says, hey, Jana, your photographs are done. Here's your virtual tour. And in the email, there's a link to watch the tour. There's a link to download the images if I want to and save them on my own computer. You can also come into your account and you will see the virtual tour done and ready to go. So it can't get easier than that. And we've done all this. We've automated everything to try to make our system as easy and user-friendly as possible for all of our clients and for our photographers as well. So that, in a nutshell, is how easy it is to order a photo shoot. A lot of our clients will get a favorite photographer, and then, as people do, you'll probably order from the same photographer over and over again. You might even use the same package. Once you do it a couple times, you can order a photo shoot in 5 minutes, and it's just that easy. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the home page. So let's say we've got our photo shoot done. Next up on our list of products is virtual tours. So this is one of our big ticket items. So let's click on virtual tours because we want to do a virtual tour. Now again, we're on the same page, just like when we went to with photo shoots, the same page that has all of our listings on it. And the listings are organized. Everything on the left, these are my listings that already have a virtual tour. Listings on the right, these are listings that I've created, but I haven't got a finished virtual tour. Either I haven't started one, or I've got one that's halfway through, I'm waiting for images, or I just haven't published it because I'm waiting for the client to verify the price. For whatever reason, it will always be saved in our system, okay? And again, if I hadn't ordered a photo shoot or anything, if I'm starting from scratch and the very first thing I want to do is make a virtual tour, I can click on Create Listing and start the whole process from scratch. Okay, but as you can see, where's my listing? Oh, it's right here. Because we already went in and made the listing for the photo shoot, 123 Thursday Street, if I want to make a virtual tour now for this, I don't have to go in and create the listing from scratch. The system, it's already in here because I did it for the photo shoot. Now, because I ordered a photo shoot, my photographer is going to create the virtual tour for me. But you do not have to order professional photographs to use our products. If you have your own pictures, your own images, that's totally fine. You can come in, set up your listing for your virtual tour, choose your tour, and upload your own pictures. So you do not have to order a professional photo shoot. But I'm just going to show you. Let's say that for 123 test listing, I've got my own images. I would create my listing. Here it is. I can look at my tour packages. And we have 4, bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. The bronze tour, they start at $10 and go up to $30. The bronze tour is our most basic tour. It's really just a slideshow of still imagery set to music. So, and that's perfectly, you might have a listing that's really small and this might be just the right tour for you. That's totally fine. As you go up the levels, you get a few extra goodies and bells and whistles thrown in. This one you can add captions and you can add SEO. You can send it to YouTube. Gold, same thing, but you get to use our print creator for free, so you can make print flyers to hand out at your open house. When you get to platinum, you have all these extra bells and whistles. You can do floor plans, voiceovers, you can choose different skin colors. You've got all your lead generation, print e-flyer, or you can make your print flyers. You can also upload a video. So if you've got a video of the property, or if you have your own little video that's just about you as a realtor and you want that to show at the end of the virtual tour, you can upload that as well. Okay, so these are the 4 different packages. You would just click the package you want and move on into the process of making the tour. So for today's tutorial, I'm going to go back into virtual tours and I'm going to choose my test listing. So this is a test listing that I've already set up with content. I'm going to use this one just so it's a little bit faster because we don't want to spend a full hour just on a tour. But just to give you guys an overview of how you can make the tour, we're going to use my test listing. So at any time, if I want to go in and edit an existing tour, even a tour that's already published, that's already on the MLS, it's already paid for, I can always come back in and make edits. If the tour's been on the market, the listing's been on the market for 3 months, and the owner says, you know what, let's drop the price, no problem. I just come in, I click on Edit Tour, I can always make changes. Now, do you recognize this page? This is the property listings page. This is what it looks like, sorry, the property details page. This is what it looks like when it's full of information. So when we ordered that photo shoot and we clicked on Create New Listing, it looked different, right, because it was empty. This is what it looks like when it's full. And I can mouse over any of these fields and change. So let's say we want to change this to, I don't know, 350. I can make a change, I click away, it's saved. Okay, you can make any, I was wrong, there's actually 3 bathrooms. Okay, this little paragraph is just my description describing the property. So you can always come back here and make changes. So right now we are in the back end of the virtual tour, and I'm going to run through the back end to show you how you set everything up, and then we'll look at it from the front end so you can see how it looks from that view. So all of our marketing products have what we call a little navigation bar that goes across the top of the page. This is so you can jump around in the process, because all of these options, pretty much all of these options, are completely optional. You do not have to do all of these. This is a platinum tour. It has all the bells and whistles, all the extra goodies, should you want to use them, but you don't have to. You could literally upload your pictures, choose some music, and be done with it if you don't want to do the extra stuff. Okay? But and that's why we've got the nav bar. If you want to skip over the floor plan and skip over the captions, you don't have to go next, 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 and go through the whole process. You can upload your pictures and then jump to the shopping cart and you're done. Okay, so let's go through them just so you guys can see how it works. First up is property details, so we're pretty good on that. Next up would be manage photos. So again, if I had ordered a professional photo shoot, all of my images would already be uploaded in here because my photographer can do that from his account. I don't have to worry about it. But I can still upload my own images. Maybe I want to add an extra couple images to the professional ones, or maybe I have all my own pictures. I can upload them in here into the tour. And I can upload regular photos, panos, which are those panorama ones where they like stand in the room and do a 360-degree view. They're really cool. I can upload a video. If I have floor plan images, I can upload a floor plan. I can also add more headshots and logos. Okay, now these I've already done when I was in my account, but I can also upload them in here or manage them from in here. So just to show you quickly, if I want to upload an image, I just click on Upload Images, and I'm just going to go to my desktop, and I have a folder that I just call Images. Where is that folder? Why am I looking everywhere and not seeing it? Oh, here. So let's just say this is where I have my images, and like I'm going to select on 3. You know, and you can select all of these at once and upload them. You don't have to upload them one at a time. But just for today, I'm just going to upload 3 quick ones just so you can see. Okay, when they're uploaded, they're in here with my little thumbnails, and I can manage them. If I want to get rid of one, I can just see this little X, delete, it's gone. I don't have it anymore. Okay, it's gone. I can change the order of these just by moving these around. Whoops. There we go. I want that one to show first. Whatever order I have the pictures in here, this is the order they're going to play in the tour. Okay? If I want to download these images, if my photographer uploaded these for me, but I still want to have my own copy saved on my own computer, because these are just saved in your Realtour account. If I want to actually save a hard copy of these, I can just click on Download Images, and we give you 5 different sizes to choose from. Also, when you're uploading your listing information into the MLS, you're going to need to download your pictures and then you upload them into the MLS. Same with Craigslist, anything like that, you can always download the images from your account right here. Okay, so that is how you get your images into the tour and manage your images. Next up is map location. So this is really simple. Basically, it's just a Google map, and the red marker is where my listing address is. And all you do on this page is just verify that that marker is in the correct spot. So this isn't a real property, so 1, 2, 3 test, so my marker is pretty much in the middle of nowhere. But if you had a real listing, it's going to show up on a proper street. And the reason you want to double check it, because sometimes Google gets the location slightly off, especially if it's a brand new subdivision or something and Google doesn't quite have the street set up. If you need to change it, you can always click on the little orange marker and just move it. Actually, my listing is just slightly over here, and then drop it, and then going forward, this is where it'll show up on the map. Okay, next up is Floorplan Creator. Now this is one of these options, as I said, that is completely optional. So I went ahead and I actually have floor plans for my listing. So here they are, little thumbnails, floor plans, and I've created little locations, got a main floor and a second floor. If I want to showcase these floor plans, I just drag and drop a floor plan over to main floor. All of my images show up here in my little image bucket. And there's my floor plan. To illustrate my floor plan, I can drag and drop these little guys over here and drop them onto my floor plan just to illustrate it and make it look really good. And you'll notice when I drop the picture, they turn into a camera icon. And when I click on that little camera icon, I get a nice pop-up of the image. So it just kind of brings your floor plan to life. And again, when we're in the front end watching the tour, you'll see how this actually looks from the front end. We're just in the back end right now. So that's what I can do if I want to add floor plans. Flyer selector. Let's say I've already got an eflyer or something for this listing, and I've got tons because this is my test account. But let's say I want to associate one of my flyers with this tour. I can drag and drop the flyer I want right over here, and now when someone watches my tour from the front end, they'll be able to click on this flyer and download a PDF of it if they want to take that flyer with them to the open house. So again, this is something optional, and maybe you're starting with the tour and you don't have your flyer made yet. That's okay. You can finish your tour, then go and make an e-flyer, then come back and drag and drop your little thumbnail over there, and that's totally fine. So you can move around between all the products. Okay, so now we've got a little flyer. Next up is agent branding. So we allow you to do just some basic branding on your tour. When you've got platinum, you can choose 1 or 2 agents because you never know. If it's a really big listing, there might be 2 of you working on it. Let's just say we have 1 agent. I've got my headshot and logo show up here in case I want to use a different one. Let's say I want to use this headshot instead. I just drag and drop it over top of the old one. And I don't know, let's say this is the logo I want to use. I drag and drop it over. My contact information is already here because it's auto-populating it from my account page. But if I want to change it, I can click in any of these fields and change it. Maybe there's a different, I don't know, phone number I want them to call for this particular listing. Whatever it is, I can just change it here. If you want to choose a different player theme or a skin, as we call it, it's just a different color that goes over top. These are the different colors you can choose one. You might want to choose one that matches your logo, like let's say blue. I really like blue. I want my player to have a blue skin on the outside. That's all you have to do on agent branding. Okay, really easy. Just adds a little bit of extra, and you get these when you do the Platinum Tour. Next up, creating captions. So creating captions is completely optional. Some people want to take the time to do it. Not everybody does. It can be really nice to have captions because then when someone's watching your tour, you can sort of point out a few extra things that they might not notice looking at the photograph, like a skylight or a marble fireplace or just anything extra that you want them to see. So basically, when you create captions, you're going to come to this page and you're going to assign your photos. Now, I've already done this. All of my photos that I uploaded were here in the little image bucket. I set up my little locations on the left, and you can create a new location like anything you want, kids' playroom. Okay, there's no limit. You can have as many locations as you want. You're probably not going to have many more than this because most houses just have, you're going to have your front of your house, your kitchen, living room, maybe dining room, maybe 3 bedrooms, that kind of thing. And then all you do is you drag and drop. Here, I'll just delete this one so you can see. Say for the front, here's the front of my house. I just drag and drop my picture over, and there it is. If I want to get rid of it, I delete it out of here, and it goes back into the image bucket. Deleting it out of any of these systems does not delete the image out of your account. It just deletes it out of the caption. If you wanted to delete an image out of your account, you would do that on the Manage Photos page. Okay, so you can see in Kitchen, I've got 4 pictures. So you can have as many pictures per location as you want. Living room, I've just got 1. Library, I've just got 1. Okay, I can also change the order that these show up in. Let's say for some reason I want the pool to show first. I just click on pool and drag it up to the top. So remember when I said that on the Manage Photos page, the order that those photos are on that Manage Photos page is the order that they will play in the tour. That is true if you do not have captions. But if you decide to make captions, then the order that the captions are in, the order that the pictures are in each caption location, this overrides the order that they're on the Manage Photos page. So this means that if I play my tour right now, it's going to start with the pool, and that's going to be the first picture. Okay? But I don't want that. I want the front of my house to be first. I want my pool to be last. But you get the idea. You can move these around. You can delete them. There is no kids' playroom. I'm going to delete that. So on and so forth. Really easy to set this up. So once you've dragged and dropped your pictures over, assign them all to a little location, we can create our captions. This is easy. Again, here are all of my locations that have pictures. Picture number 1, there it is. Here it shows up nice and big, and here is a text field underneath. Type in my caption. And you can type in whatever you want, but obviously you're not going to type a paragraph of text because these pictures only show for maybe 3 seconds. So you have to type something short and sweet so that people have a chance to read it and look at the photo at the same time. Okay, you can click on Next Image. You can do the next one. You can either click on Next Image or just click on the image and get to the next one yourself. You do not have to have a caption for every single image. You might just have a handful. I mean, some of them you might just want to show empty, and that's totally fine. Okay? Go through, add them. You can also change the font. These are the fonts that you're allowed to use over here, and you just literally tick the one you want, and you can see it. It'll change right here. You can only have 1 font for all of your captions. Okay? Let's choose Verdana. So now all my captions are going to be in Verdana. Okay, I'm done. VoiceOver. This is an extra goodie that does require a lot of work on your part. Basically, if you want to have a recorded voiceover narration, so you can walk someone through your whole tour while someone's talking to them, you can do that here. Again, here are the locations with all the pictures, same as your captions. What you're going to do is clicking on each one, and instead of typing in a caption, you're going to type in the voiceover script. Okay? Then you can order a voiceover demo, and a professional person will come in and record whatever script you have so that it plays. This does require work because you do need to have an appropriate amount of narrated script to suit how many pictures you've got in each section. So in front, you've got 1 picture. If you have 2 minutes worth of narrated script, the tour is gonna sit on this picture for those full 2 minutes. So the finished product can be really good and really effective, but it does require some work and some time and effort into making it really good. So this is just one of those extra goodies that if you want to do that, you're welcome to, but you don't have to. Totally optional. Next up is SEO. For anybody who's not familiar, it stands for Search Engine Optimization. Basically, what you want to do, when someone's on Google or any kind of search engine and they're searching for a house, a 2-bedroom house downtown Austin, that's usually what people type in, just basic. They'll just type in something like 2-bedroom house, swimming pool, downtown Austin. If you take the time to add some keywords down here that are associated and embedded into the code of your tour, then your tour is more likely to show up in the search results. When someone goes to Google and searches for Houston, downtown, 1-bedroom, any of those keywords, if they match the SEO keywords that you have typed in here, chances are your tour is going to show up in those top results. So basically what we do is we auto-populate this field with the listing description that you put in on the property details page, and then just to make it easy, you can take keywords out of here like deck, I don't know, bright 1-bedroom, den, and just type them in down here below, okay? Or you can just type in anything you want, you know, downtown Austin, deck, views, 3 bedrooms, anything that you think someone might search for when they're doing a search online. It only takes a minute to do it, and it is a really good idea to add some SEO to your tour. So super easy. I highly recommend it, but yet again, totally optional. It's up to you if you want to do it. Okay, last but not least, and the easiest thing to do is Music Selector. So we give you the option of all these different little samples of just background music, and it really makes a big difference. If you watch a tour that has no music, it's just pictures. If you add a little bit of background music, it just takes the whole tour to a totally different level. It's really a nice feature. You can click on the little sample here and hit play. Now you guys won't be able to hear that because I've got a headset on, but I can hear it. So anyway, you can play samples of all the different ones. If you find one you like, you just tick and you're done. That's all you have to do. If you don't want music, just tick no music. Okay? Really easy. Takes a second. It's worth it though. Okay. We've now gone through all the stages of setting up our Platinum virtual tour. If we click on View Proof, this is where we'll get to see what our tour looks like from the front end. And it also gives you a chance to do a proofread and a proof of the tour to make sure it's just the way you want it. You just click on Play Tour, and then a little pop-up window will get to see our tour. Here it is. Here's my headshot. There's my logo. Here's the price. There's my main image. The tour starts to play. Now, there's my captions. So I can watch the tour the whole way through to make sure my pictures are in the right order, make sure they look good, read my captions, make sure there's no spelling mistakes or typos, go through the whole tour. I can also, when I click Stop Tour, this is where all my little icons come up. So this is where all the work I put into the back end, this is what it looks like from the front end. So property details, if I click on that, here are my property details, only they look a lot nicer from the front end, right? If I click on floor plans, because we did floor plans, this is what it looks like from the front end. Here are my little cameras. There's my nice big picture. I can download the floor plan if I want to get a PDF of this or something. If I want to print it out, I can do all that from the front end. Remember the little map, the Google map? Here's my property on the Google map. And again, because my property is not a real listing, it's in the middle of nowhere, but normally your property is going to look really good, somewhere in a residential neighborhood probably. I can forward this tour to a friend. I just type in their email, their name, Bob, type in Bob's email address, hit submit. Now Bob's going to get an email saying, hey Bob, I found this tour and there's a link right here. He'll click on that link right in the body of his email and watch the tour. The print flyer. Remember in the back end when I said if you'd already made a flyer, you can associate a flyer with your tour? So because I dragged and dropped my little e-flyer over because I've already made one, I can now, when someone's watching my tour, they can print this flyer. They can print a PDF, they can download a PDF, they can do it, they can have the flyer printed out at home so when they go to my open house, they've got the information in front of them. We also throw in walk score. This is something that we just do automatically. You do not have to set this up in the back end. It's basically just a really nice little site that shows all the amenities that are near your listing. Now, because my listing is in the middle of nowhere, it has a walk score of 0. But your listings are more likely going to be in residential neighborhoods and stuff, so there'll be restaurants and grocery stores and all kinds of stuff nearby. This just shows you. And again, it's a Google map, so it just shows you where, yeah, see, wherever Winters is, there's lots of stuff in there. So that's the closest little town to where my listing is. So we've got that, and that's something you do not have to do. We just throw it in. It's all done for you. Downloading the tour, if you ever want to download all the files for this tour because you want to burn them onto a CD, you can click Download Tour and you will download a zip of all the files if you ever want to do that. And then last but not least is just the contact page, which we generate for you. So here you are, here's your contact stuff. I can fill in my name, my email address, write my comments. Hi, I really like the listing. I can fill in a little questionnaire, you know. I can also request a showing. Okay, I really want to see this property on Saturday in the afternoon. If I hit submit, my agent's going to get an email saying, hey, Jana likes your property. She wants to see it Saturday. Can you show it to her? Okay, so that is me doing a proof of my tour. Now, if at any time during that proof, I'm like, ooh, I had a typo in my caption, this is where the navigation bar really comes in handy. I can just click on Captions, and I jump right back to Captions. I can fix the typo. If I see a picture that really looks terrible, I can jump back to Manage Photos. I can delete that picture right out of the entire tour. So I can jump around in here and make changes. I don't have to go through everything in chronological order, okay? Once I'm finished with my tour and I love it, it's good to go, I'm really happy with it, I don't want to change anything. If I go to the virtual tour links page, this is where I get all of my links, and this is where how I send the tour out to the world. So these links here are active. If I click on this link, it's going to play the tour. This is the link that I'm going to copy and paste and load into the MLS so that my tour now plays on the MLS. So that is something that all the agents have to do manually, okay? Next up, Realtor.com. If I want to put this tour on Realtor.com, I can just type in my MLS number here and then click Link this tour to Realtor.com, and away it goes. If for some reason I want to get my own property website, which is just a URL, right now the URL for this tour is this big link, right? And some people, they don't mind. It doesn't bother them at all that it's kind of messy and, you know, has a lot of words in it, but some people really don't like it. They want it to be a little tidier, something like the address, 555thursdaystreet.com. If you want to do that, you can type that in and click check it, and we'll let you know if it's available. And if it is, this one's available, I can add this to my shopping cart. I believe it's an extra $20. But then you can use that link on all your marketing material, and it looks neater and tidier than this messy link. But not everybody, you know, not everybody wants to do that. Totally optional. QR codes. We automatically generate a QR code for all of your tours. If you ever want to use it, you can download a JPEG of it here. You can send it to your signage company and have it printed big on a sign. Whatever you want to do with it, you've got it. YouTube, if you want to send your virtual tour to YouTube, you do that right here. Now, because this is my test listing, I've already sent my tour to YouTube. But when you come to this page for the first time, there will just be a button that says, click here to authorize Realtour to send my tour to YouTube, and that's all you have to do. And if you already have your own YouTube channel, the virtual tour will automatically go to that channel. If you do not have one, then it just goes to the Realtour channel, and we'll just host it on our channel. Okay? Easy, easy. Next up, maximum exposure. If you want your tour to go on any of these other sites, you just tick. There you go. And within about 24 hours, they will appear on that site. Now, I'm going to untick these because I did this in my last training session. I had real estate agents contacting me about my fake listing. So that means it works, but it wasn't a real listing. So I'm going to untick those. And then last, we have statistics. So when you send your virtual tour out there, so once it's on the MLS and it's on Realtor.com, you've got it on your website, all this other stuff, you might want to know how many people are actually watching your virtual tour. So you can come in here, and on statistics, there's a little link. You just click on the link, and we show you how many people have watched your tour. Now, obviously, nobody's watched my tour because it's not real, but when you're in here for real, you're going to see all these bars with how many people have looked at your tour. And this is just nicely, we brand it at the bottom with your headshot and your logo and all that stuff. And you can send this to your client as well right here on this page. If you want, we send out your stats reports every Monday morning. So for every listing you have, you will get a stats report in your email that you just click the link and you can look at your stats. But if you want the client or the homeowner to also get the stats, you can just put their contact name in here. Whoops. My typing is terrible. Bob, type in Bob's email address and hit add contact. And that means that now every Monday morning, Bob is also going to get that stats report. So it's kind of a nice extra goodie to send to your clients. Okay, once you're done, you go to the shopping cart and your tour will be in the shopping cart, you pay for it, and then it is good to go. I'm going to delete these items out of my shopping cart so they don't accidentally get paid for. You can always delete things out of your shopping cart, as you just saw me do. Okay, so we've gone through ordering a photo shoot. We've gone through the virtual tour, which is now going to look beautiful because we have these amazing photographs. Now, what better way to get out the word that you've got a new listing and a new virtual tour than to send an e-flyer? So this is typically what people do. They do a photo shoot, they get an amazing virtual tour that looks good, they add, they soup it up by adding captions and stuff, they send it to the MLS, they get it out there, but they also want to inform everybody in the real estate community that they've got this new listing. And they do that by sending an e-flyer. If you want to send an e-flyer, you just click on e-flyers. And again, here's our listing. I'm just going to use my test listing, but it's already in here because I did a photo shoot and I did a virtual tour. I do not have to go in and recreate the listing from scratch. It's always going to be in here for me. Saves you a ton of time. If I go in and edit my listing while I'm in eFlyer, it's also going to save those edits when I'm in virtual tour. So you only ever do it in one spot. So if you change the price on the eFlyer, it will change that price on the virtual tour, even if your virtual tour is already on the MLS. It's always linking back to our server to play it. So the most recent changes you make anywhere in your account, it's always going to update it. Okay? So let's say I'm in my e-flyers. Again, this page looks very familiar. Here are all my listings that have e-flyers that I've already blasted out. These are listings in the middle that I've already created the listing, and maybe I've even created an e-flyer, but I haven't finished it. I haven't blasted it out yet, so it stays in the middle. And then if I'm starting with a brand new listing and the first thing I'm going to do is make an e-flyer, I click on Create Listing. So I can always start right from scratch with the e-flyer. So over here, we're going to go back to our test listing. So what I can do now is I can create a new one. I can edit an existing flyer because maybe I get my new listing and I want to blast out once a week, every week for the next month. I want to do 4 different blasts to real estate agents. I can always go in and edit the same one I had before and blast it again. I can click on my statistics as well, just like you saw with the virtual tour, see how many people have been looking at my e-flyer. Let's create a new one just so you guys can see. So when I create a new flyer, again, the back end looks familiar, right? We've got a navigation bar just like the virtual tour had a navigation bar. Property details looks the same. It's the same property details page. So I don't have to do this again. My managed photos, it's the same photos as the virtual tour. I don't have to play around with these. I can if I want. I can still upload more, but I don't have to. My pictures are already in here. Existing e-flyers, like I said, maybe I've done a bunch of e-flyers already. If I have, then those e-flyers will be in here and I can delete them, or I can go in and edit one. Maybe I want to send the same e-flyer, but I just want to change the price. I can hit edit. I can do it again. If I'm starting from scratch, I'm going to go into the template library where we literally have like 1,000, probably more than 1,000 templates for you to choose from. Over here on the left, these are all the different categories that we have set up. So you can choose, an artistic one, a classic one, corporate holiday ones. We've got like Halloween and Christmas ones. We've got lifestyle ones, nature ones. Let's say I want to choose Americana, and I'm in Texas, and my listing's in Austin. So these are all the Austin-themed templates, little thumbnails, and there's a whole bunch of them, as you can see. And let's say I want to see what this looks like bigger, because it's really small. I just click on Preview, and up pops a nice image of what a fully finished e-flyer could look like when it has images and text in it. So that's what my flyer could look like if I choose this one. I'm thinking, okay, I like this flyer. I'm happy with that one. When I'm ready, I just click on Select. Okay, now the system right now is creating my flyer. And the reason it takes usually just a few seconds is because, as I mentioned earlier, it is going to auto-populate as many fields as it can based on information that I've already put in my account and information from the property details page. So that's why I always say to people, take 5 minutes and fill in your property details page, because when you go to make a flyer, ta-da, my address, my price, my property description, my headshot, my phone numbers, everything is already auto-populated into the template, which just saves you so much time. Now the nice thing is that just because it's auto-populated, it doesn't mean you can't also edit it. If I mouse over a text field, see how it changes? I can click on that text field and up pops a nice big text box editor, and I can go in here and edit this text. Maybe I don't like this last sentence. I'm just going to delete it. Maybe I don't like the bold. I'm going to select this and unbold it, and I'm going to center it. So we just give you some basic little things you can do, you know, if you want to do some edits. You want to add a new sentence at the bottom, you go ahead and you type it in here. When you're done all your editing, you just hit OK. The system renders the template right in front of your eyes so you can stay on the same page, and now look at my new text. It's not bold, it's centered, I got rid of that last sentence. I can do that for every single text field. If I want to leave a text field empty, let's say I don't like that, offered for sale, I just select the text, delete, hit OK. It's going to render again so I can see it. All the changes I can see right in front of my eyes as I'm making it. It's gone. Okay? If I want to get it back, I just mouse over. There it is. Click here to edit, and it'll bring the text box back. So even though we auto-populate with all your information to save you time, you can still go in here and make whatever little edits you want. So that's all your text done. Next up are your pictures. These are all of the images that you uploaded on your Manage Photos page. All you have to do is drag and drop them over into the template wherever you want them to go. Super easy. Ta-da. If I decide, oh, yep, go ahead.
I do have a question. So right now we pay for a bundle package which has a bunch of different services, our signing template, or our DocuSign, so on and so forth. So we pay a set fee. Now, what you're saying, we would pay that fee, whatever's incorporated, if Realtor.biz is what we use going forward, plus we have to pay whatever we drop into our shopping cart. It's not incorporated into that cost.
Okay, so I don't know, Dana, do you want to, are you guys doing, if you guys are going to do a group discount, Dana, do you want to handle this one because you know what you guys are doing for discounts?
What Jen is going over is if you were just an individual agent, and this is what everything would cost a la carte. Now, what we're working on is your situation would be bundled. It would be a discount program. So there'd be things that are included, things that you get discounts on. So no, you're not paying for everything individually. This is just as if you were, on your own.
Yeah, I'm just going to, we're almost done with the eflyer, and then I'll take you guys on a quick little tour of the discount packages and just give you an idea, if you had a discount package, what you would pay for and what would be free and what would be discounted. So yeah, so like Dana said, I'm just going through this as though I'm just a regular person. I don't have any discounts. I'm just doing an eflyer blast. But I'll show you guys what your options are at the end. And we're almost there, I promise. I know it's a lot of stuff to go through. But once you get the hang of it, it is so fast to do this stuff. So basically, just to get back to my eflyer, let's say I dragged and dropped my pictures over, but for some reason I didn't want that last one. I don't have enough pictures. I don't like it. I actually want some nice blue space. I can just delete that image field, and it gets rid of the image field for me, which is really nice because, sometimes you choose a flyer and you just, right. Now it says restore image field, so I could click here and restore it, but if I just leave it alone, this green box isn't going to show there. It'll be a nice blue background. If I want to change an image, I just drag and drop an old image over top of a new image. I hit refresh, and my template always renders right in front of my eyes. So you don't have to leave this page to see the finished product. This is what the finished product is going to look like, obviously without the little X's for deleting your fields and stuff. So when I'm done, I can click on View Proof, and then I get a nice final version. See that image field is gone if I didn't want it there? Okay, I cannot stress enough the importance of viewing the proof of your eflyer, because if you have a big mistake on here and you blast this out to 5,000 agents, I can't get it back. Almost like literally this morning, I had someone in a panic call me and say, oh my God, I just sent out an eflyer, the address is wrong, the acreage size is wrong, can you fix it? And I'm like, well, it went out an hour ago, so no, I can't, It's unfortunate, but I can't stress enough, just take 5 minutes and view it. View the proof, proofread everything, make sure it's the way you want it. You can also click on Client Proof. Type in your client's email address and a message. Hi Bob, here's the flyer. I'm going to send it out at lunchtime. Let me know if it's good to go. Then they get a chance to see it as well. They get an email with this exact image in it. Then Bob can say, yep, looks good, send it away. You know, it's just an extra set of eyes, so you feel a little more confident that it's all good to go and you're sending it out. So once your e-flyer is good to go, oh, and I should also mention with the navigation bar, just like with the virtual tour, once you've viewed the proof, if there is something you don't like, you can always go back and edit the template again, right? You just use the navigation bar. You could choose a totally different template. You're like, ooh, I don't like the way this looks. Go back to the library and choose a different template, right? It's no problem. You can go back to your photos, go back to your property details. I'm going to go back to my existing flyers. There it is. It doesn't matter. The products that you make are always saved in our system. So if you're halfway through making your flyer like I am right now, and then you have to go to a meeting or you get interrupted or your computer crashes, don't worry about it. Everything you do is saved the instant you do it. You'll notice I haven't been hitting save on every page because I don't have to. I drag and drop a photo, it's saved. I change the price, it's saved. I log out of my computer, I come back in, here's my flyer, I go back into edit. Everything I did right up until the second when I logged out is already saved. Okay? Back to my view proof, which I'm good to go. It looks great. I don't want to make any changes. Next up are the links. This is where you are going to add the subject line for your e-flyer, and that can be anything you want, you know, beautiful house for sale. This is the subject line that goes in when someone gets an email, you get a subject. You're going to want to put something enticing, something that's going to make people want to open your email. I don't believe there is a limit to how many characters go in here, but again, you're not going to type a paragraph of text. Nobody's going to read that in a subject. But you just want sort of a headline to get people's attention to open your flyer. Okay, we also give you the option of having 3 different links for this flyer. The first link we auto-populate with view the virtual tour and the link for your virtual tour, because typically when someone does an e-flyer blast, what they want is for people to click on the e-flyer and be able to watch the virtual tour that they made. Because right now the e-flyer only gives you a small amount of information about the listing and a handful of pictures, whereas the virtual tour you might have 60 pictures and you're going to have a lot more content, a lot more information. If you don't want the virtual tour, you can just click in here and delete. Click in here and delete, and you don't have to have the tour. If you are only using us for e-flyers and maybe you make your tours somewhere else, that's fine. You can copy and paste the link for another tour in this window. It's up to you. You also get 2 other optional links. So for example, if you have a website, you might say my website, and then you just type in whatever the URL is, jana.com, whatever it is. You might want to add, like visit Austin, right? And then you could type in whatever that website is, www.austin.com, okay? Click on preview and you get a pop-up of what your e-flyer is going to look like. So it's another way to proof your links. Okay, here's the subject I put in, that's the date, that's my email. I can click on these links at the bottom, visit Austin. Let's just click on it and see if it actually goes. Here we go, austin.com, okay? So it's a good idea to actually click on these links and make sure they work before you blast out the e-flyer, because we can't get it back. Once you blast it out, you can't get it back. Okay, once I'm done all my links, the very last step is distribution. This is so easy. We give you guys 2 options to distribute. You can either choose an area on our map blaster, or you can upload your own email contacts. Maybe you've got a database of email addresses that you want to use. You can do both at the same time. So if I click on Map Blast, which is what most people do, what happens is it's a Google map and it's creating a target area. So it's going to zoom out, zoom out, zoom out until it gets enough people in the target area. Now again, this is my test listing, so my target area is not a real address, but it's still zoomed out. In this red target area, I've got 40,000 agents, and I can send this email out for $213. Well, that's way too many agents. It's not targeted enough. Let's say I want to send this out just to Austin. So I can click on my target area, move it over Austin. I can zoom in because this is a Google map, right? So you're just using the exact same controls as Google. Okay, let's zoom right in so I can really see the city. Okay, so there it is. And then I can also make it even more specific by clicking on the edges of my target area like that. Okay, I only want it to go to this little area right here. And as I've been fiddling around with this, you'll notice this over here has changed. The amount of agents is now 3,700 for $35. Well, that makes more sense. That's what I want to send it to. Okay? If I'm good to go, I just hit continue and I move on. But let's say I want to do one other second target area. I just click on add another target area. Now it zooms me right out because it doesn't know where my other target area is. I might want to go all the way to Houston, right? I'm just going to zoom in again because I can. My second target area is purple. I'm going to click on it and move it because I want the second one to go to Round Rock. For whatever reason, who knows, that's what I want. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so it just includes this little area of Round Rock, not Windermere. There we go. So my second area has 688 people for $4. Great. I've got two areas, 1 and 2. That's my total, 36 bucks. I'm happy with that. I hit continue. Okay. If let's say I've got a couple people on my gold list, specific clients who I always send my listings to, I click on this one, add my contacts. I can type in their email addresses, or I can copy and paste them. A lot of people have, these databases in an Excel spreadsheet. You could copy and paste them in here. You could upload a CSV file from your Excel spreadsheet. You could give your distribution a name, like, my gold client list, my best clients, whatever you want to give it a name. Hit save. Then when you're in here, here's my gold client list. There's 14 people. I'm going to send this listing also to them. Tick. Okay, continue. So now it's going to go to those 4,000 people, the 14 people in the contact list, plus number 115 because I typed in my own email address. This is how many people it's going to go to. This is how much it's going to cost. Here's my subject line. I'm good to go. I hit continue. This is going to send it to the shopping cart. Okay, here it is in the shopping cart. That's how many people. There's my subject line. When I am good to go, if I pay for this, I am done. The e-flyer will start to go out immediately. And I will get an email from Realtour saying, okay, your blast has started. I'll then get my own copy of the e-flyer, and then I'll get another email saying your blast has finished sending. So you always know when it starts, and you will know when it has finished. Okay? And once you're done that, you'll get it, and in that email, there'll be a link to a PDF version of that e-flyer, so you can download the PDF and print it out to take to your open house. There'll also be a link to your statistics. You can see how many people have started clicking on my e-flyer. And you can also, at any time, go back, I'm going to delete this so I don't accidentally blast that out because I've done that before. I'm going to go back into my account, and at any time, I can go back into my e-flyers. Here's my listing. I can check my statistics. Just like with the virtual tour, and this statistics comes out, it gets sent out to you every Monday as well. I've got no data because I didn't actually send it, but you will have data when you send yours. Okay? I'm not going to go through the next product because we've already been on here for an hour, but basically with print materials, you make a print material the exact same way you would make an e-flyer. The only difference is that e-flyers are just single-sided, and we make them a standard 8.5 by 11 size. That's so that you can print it out and have the flyer at your open house. Nobody wants to go through the trouble of making an e-flyer and then having to go and make a print flyer separately. So once you make an e-flyer or a single-sided print flyer, we automatically create a duplicate of it and we dump it into the other system. So if I was to go into print material right now, that e-flyer I just made will be sitting in my print material as well, and I can download a PDF of it because we don't want you to have to make the flyer twice. That's silly, right? So single-sided flyers are very common. We also do double-sided. Okay, so you can make a double-sided flyer and download the PDF, take it to Staples or wherever you want, get it printed, hand it out at your open house. We do brochures, which are 11 by 17, then you fold them in half, so they end up being 4 pages. And then we do postcards, jumbo and small postcards as well. So we do not print them in-house. We let people download a PDF because we're finding most of our agents just print them on their own. They might only want 25 copies that they can hand out at an open house, so they don't want to go through the process of using a professional printer and having things mailed and that whole thing. They just want to control the print themselves, so that's what we do. So that is, in a nutshell, that's a run-through of our 4 biggest products: photo shoots, virtual tours, e-flyers, print materials. I'm going to quickly touch on group discounts, just to sort of touch on that question that we had a little while ago. We offer group discounts to all of our clients, and we have them set up so that if you're an agency, We have group discounts depending on how big your agency is, how many members. You can also do an individual discount. So if you're just a broker on your own, you can also sign up for a discount. So let's say you're a big agency, you've got 100 agents. If you click on this, you'll see that we again have 4 platforms: Platinum, Gold, Silver, Bronze. Let's say you want to sign up your agency for Platinum. This means that you would spend $12 per agent per month. You would get unlimited Platinum virtual tours every month, forever. You could make 100 virtual tours a month if you wanted for free as part of your membership. You get to use our print creator for free. You can make as many print pieces as you want. There's no charge. You get a 25% discount off all of your eflyer blasts. So that's a pretty big savings because right away you didn't have to pay $30 for your tour, and all your eflyer blasts are 25% off. Okay? We also offer 50% off design packages, and what that means is we offer graphic designing. So a lot of our clients will want a custom eflyer template that's branded with their color scheme and their logo, their headshot, whatever layout they want, however they want it to be. We do custom ones for people. I make the template, I load it into the library, and only you have access to it. Which is great because then you've got your own standalone template that is the way you want it to be. You can use it over and over and over again. And if you have a discount, you get, if you belong to one of these platforms, you can get a discount on it. So that's the Platinum. And then Gold is a little bit cheaper, but the discounts are a little bit less, and so on with Silver and Bronze. And it's the same for all of these different sizes. And if you're an individual, same thing. Instead of a monthly subscription, you pay a yearly subscription. So you would pay $200 for the year. You would get all of these discounts. And it just depends how many listings and how much you're spending on your marketing material per year to see if this is going to be worth it for you. So it's different. Everybody's got a different situation. That's why we make all these different packages for people to use. So Dana will go over with you guys what you're thinking of doing, because I'm not sure. I'm just doing the training on the products, but she can go over all of that with you if you have questions about that. So that's group discounts.
Yeah, and we're working with the office. Yeah, we're working with the, with your offices so that we can get it, where everybody's happy. And there's some additional items that aren't on here, like with our newsletter and stuff like that, that would be grouped in. So
yeah,
we're just, this is just for the training per se, and then the rest is going to be put together. So
yeah. Also coming up, I'm not going to go into these because we've been on here for an hour and it's a lot for you guys to take in. We also do newsletters, which is just like an e-flyer. You fill it with content, blast it out like an e-flyer. We're in the process of making listing presentations right now, so that I'm hoping, this is brand new software, which I'm hoping will be released within the next month. Probably by late April it should be good to go. So that means you can go on there and make your own listing presentations. And as I mentioned, we do graphic designing as well. So if you want your own custom templates, your own custom presentations, anything you want, we do graphic design as well. And that is more or less the main sort of introductory run-through of all of our products. So I know it's a lot of information for everybody. I do tutorials all the time. I do one-on-ones with people where we can, go slower. Maybe you just want to make a virtual tour and you can't remember how to do the captions. That's no problem. Call me. We can jump on a webinar anytime, take 10 minutes, and go through captions. So I'm always available. I do all the support, and you can reach me by email. You can call me if you need help. I'm here. And once you get the hang of our system, which is, it's very simple. We repeat the processes over and over again. So you go through the similar process for each product just to make it easier for you guys. And once you get the hang of it, you can make your marketing material so fast. You can make an e-flyer, as you saw me. You can make an e-flyer in 5 minutes and blast it out. It's really great. And that's basically it for me. So we can open up the floor for anybody who has questions.
I don't have really a question. It's more or less when you are, everybody knows, and I'm sure you get this obstacle or comment a lot, that everybody knows about Realtour.com. So, hello?
Hello. Someone just talked over top of you. Okay, go ahead again.
Everybody knows about Realtour.com, and so when you go on a listing presentation and you say, I'm showcased on Realtour.com, while I see, you know, Realtor.biz is very robust and it's very efficient and effective. What do you, you know, and have to talk about Realtor.biz and why it's better than Realtor.com? How would you combat that obstacle if it's ever brought up? You know, does that make sense?
Realtor.com? Is that?
No, I'm just saying, when we go on listing appointments, uh, a lot of our listing paperwork and what we talk about as far as why do you go with myself and this person, you know, next door as far as the agent. We talk about, I'm showcased on Realtor.com. We have this available. We have mortgage, title, insurance, and realty under one roof. I mean, it's just kind of our package. So if Realtor.biz is not something that's been heard of, but it has probably more than what Realtor.com offers, how is that, how can you, what's an effective rebuttal?
Brianna, can you hear me?
Yes.
This is Judy Kressage. I'm the broker manager in Dallas. That's Brianna, one of our agents. We can talk about that internally. I'm going to get ready to send out some feedback questionnaire for all of us here and copy Charles in on it. And that's something that we can talk about offline when Dana and Jana have finished their presentation. Is that good?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Absolutely, not a problem, girl.
Yeah, and just to touch on it from our point, it comes up, and in those occasions where it's brought up, let's say there's a particular application or another, you know, company out there like Realtor.com. Of course, we list things to Realtor.com, so our system is actually helps you create your marketing material to get it out to like Realtor.com and Trulia and all that kind of stuff. So we're the building block.
Yeah.
If it were a different company as far as like market analysis or market comparison, it is not uncommon for us to do that, because if there's something that has come up, and I know in the case here we have actually done that, and I'm sure that will probably be part of the information sent out to y'all as the comparison that we've actually done with some of the other companies. But yeah, I mean, you know, we're always here available. If something comes up or something's brought up, you know, our door's open to just say, okay, here, this is what I heard, or this is what I've seen that's better, or so on and so forth. And we really take that seriously and dig into it and take a look at it and see how we can either improve or why, you know, why we're better than that. So,
Yeah, definitely wanted to just hear how you know, your take on it. I know that we'll probably dive into it after ourselves. I just wanted to hear from you guys on if you've ever thought about it.
absolutely, and we're always up for suggestion and when things come in. I mean, a lot of what we do and where we get, you know, we grow is from, you know, the agents out in the field, because you're living it. And although we do a lot of our own work and our own research and development, some of the stuff comes from, you know, you out there saying, you know, this would be really cool. And, you know, we, of course, have to do our own study on it and
Decide whether to build it. But yeah, definitely. We are open to any suggestions or any improvements you guys might have. I mean, some of our products we've built because people have suggested it or asked for it, and we thought, yeah, you're right, that's a great idea. We'll build it. I mean, we're a software development company is what we do, so we're happy to build things or add features. We add new features to our existing stuff all the time, you know, so anything you need or any ideas you have, just fire it off to us.
And specifically in the case of your agencies, we did have, when first looking at Realtour, the question came up about newsletters, and it seemed to be an important subject that they didn't, you know, you wanted to be able to have somebody actually do the writing and stuff for the newsletters. And so we took that into serious consideration, and Realtour actually hired a creative writer.
Yes.
Based on the request from your offices. So
yeah,
that just gives you a little bit of idea how we try to actually accommodate.
Yes, and Oh, sorry, I'm just going to quickly add on to that. We will be having some pre-populated, ready to send out newsletters in April, so very excited for that.
Typically is going to be included in what you're discussing with our company? I mean, is it all the different things that you offer?
Yes, we're actually talking right now to see what, like I said, we have our standard packages that are out there, and so we've just been in talk to find out, I know this was the next step, and then I'm sure we will meet up again to go from there. They're kind of, your offices are, kind of running the show here, and say, okay, I'd like you to do a training session with this, or can we meet to discuss this? So this was the next step, and then I'm sure we'll be getting together here in the next day or so to go, to go over the next step.
Okay.
So,
Does anybody else have any other questions?
I see, Josh, that you do, and so
Yeah. Yeah, I know the mic's not working, Josh. I don't know if you want to type in or.
I'm sorry.
If you wanted to, though, I can leave my number in
the little chat window.
Yeah, I'm going to put my number in. Or he said I can type. Okay.
He says I can type. Okay. You're probably a better typer than me. Type away.
A lot of times we spend more time typing backwards than I do.
Oh my gosh, I know. Yeah. Yes. Do we offer video shooting? Yep. A number of our photographers do videos as well. So when if you want to book a photographer, you can just look at the products they offer, look at their photography pricing, and you'll see which ones offer video. And then you can have, oh, sorry, go ahead, Dana. I was just going to say, and then you can have video and photography in your tour. So you might want to open the tour with a beautiful video of the property and the outside, and then it goes into still imagery. Or, like I said, you might want to get, I know a lot of agents will do their own, just like a video shoot that's kind of like a little resume of themselves. So at the end of the tour, a little video plays, hi, I'm Jana, blah, 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 that kind of thing. So yeah, a number of our photographers do video as well. Oh, got another question?
Yeah, and if you also have video that you had created elsewhere,
yes,
you have the ability to upload the video into the tour.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, just like with photography, you can order professional, or you can use your own, or you can have a mixture of both. So, yeah. Okay, Josh had a stats question.
Yeah, he said if there's unique visitors.
At the bottom, you don't see unique, like you don't get a list of who's looked, like 20 people looked at your eflyer, here they are. You don't get their names to see who looked. You do get to see where they've looked from, but that doesn't always help. I mean, people are looking at it from iPads, all different places. So no, we don't send specific email addresses for each person that have looked. You just kind of get a total of the clicks. Okay, well, if anybody has any other questions, you probably have Dana's email address, or if you have my email address, fire them off to either one of us. And like I said, if someone clicks 5 times, is that 1 or 5 stat hits? I think it's 5. I would have to ask one of our developers if it's just the initial click, but I'm not sure. Okay, he's going to call. Yeah, give Dana a call for sure. Typing is hard, I know. Okay, so I guess we'll wrap it up now. So like I said, if anybody wants to reach out to Dana if you have more questions, and going forward, like I said, this was just sort of an overview training. So going forward, we can do more one-on-ones and smaller group training sessions and more in-depth training anytime you guys like.
And questions, like I said, that I can't stress enough. Like if there's things that come up after in your discussion without us and additional questions come up, please feel free to call or email, and the number, I put them in the little chat window. And I'm sure there's going to be follow-up. Like I said, I will be meeting with your offices and to see where to go from here and what other information needs to be provided. Stuff. So.
Okay. Okay, we're good? Okay, well, then we'll wrap it up. So thank you to everybody for coming. Josh says thank you. You're welcome, Josh. And yeah, so let me know if anybody wants to do this again. We'll do it again. Okay, bye everybody.
Bye, thank you. Thanks, Jana.
No problem.